Coach Rob here. I wanted to introduce you to an exercise that we call abdominal rollout on Fitball. The only tool that you'll need for this is something to protect your knees and one of these inflatable Fitballs that you can pick up at a specialty store or one of your sporting goods stores. One thing I want you to pay attention to first and foremost is the more air that's in this ball, the more unstable it becomes. Okay, so in a way, if the Fitball is too inflated, you're making the exercise too difficult, and you're going to kind of lose the benefit of even attempting to do this workout. The specific muscle group we're going to be identifying through this exercise is what we call rectus abdominis. It runs below the pecs and goes to the pubic bone. This range of motion needs to be taken very seriously because as you extend the ball away from yourself, what you want to avoid is letting your spine drop below the horizon. You could literally hurt your back in an attempt to strengthen your abdominals. So you have to pay really close attention. All right? What I want you to think about is before you even begin the range of motion, I want you to start with the ball directly underneath you, and I want you to press your forearms down onto the ball. You'll notice that I've got my hands kind of in the backside of the ball because as we roll this out, I don't want to run out of ball to roll onto. The goal is to get out as far as possible with a nice flat back, and then I'm going to press my elbows down. I'm going to rake it back in, which is going to engage my stomach muscles. As I do that, I'm going to actually arch my back to make my stomach work even harder. The one thing I will say about this exercise is you have to move slowly. The more effort you put down and pull back slowly, you're going to engage a lot of muscles all at one time. One word of caution, you're going to fatigue very quickly when you do this, and that's because you're using multiple muscle groups, your glutes, your abdominals, external obliques, your triceps. The heart rate's going to go up quite a bit and you'll find yourself getting tired quickly. That's perfect. What we're trying to do is get the greatest amount of strength in the least amount of time. All right, so let's take a look at the exercise itself. What you do is just kind of start with your forearms straight down, get all the way out till the ball hits your chest, okay? Pause for a moment, pull the elbows down and pull them back. Arch your back, take in a deep breath, roll out, pause, come back in, okay? The key here is not to move super fast. Doing it fast only allows momentum to move the ball and not the muscles. What you have to realize is when you're pushing down, the abdominals, the rectus abdominal group is pushing out and then it's pulling back in. The thing about the abdominals is you have a lot of synergistic muscles in your stomach area, okay? As I said, you've got external obliques, you've got rectus abdominis, and what we want to do for all human performance, it's about functional integration. It's getting the muscles to all fire simultaneously. When they do that, you'll have greater endurance, you'll have greater power, and it'll take you much longer before you get tired when they're all working together. The quickest way to get fatigue is to have one muscle group extremely strong. That's why we don't like to use machines. Okay, machines tend to only focus on a linear range of motion, and it tends to only strengthen one muscle. So like in this instance, as I mentioned to you earlier, you're working triceps, lats, abdominals, external obliques, rectus abdominis, okay? Versus if you're just doing some type of machine where you're just pulling down, ironically it ends up being more of a bicep and a quad workout than it actually does become a core workout. So you see the simplicity of the ball. If you have any questions about this, please don't hesitate to email me. My email address is Robb, R-O-B-B, the number 3, @earthlink.net, and I appreciate you watching the video.